Let me go ahead and make this quick, cause baby, it ain't no motherfucking way. So I was over in Aaron's chat and I found out well, I don't know when Aaron possibly had found out that Rose T, aka Talisha, was a snake. I don't know when he found this out, but I knew from a year ago. And what I just heard was it was triggering to me because I don't like my intelligence being played with. Now, Talisha, it's something called the spirit of discernment, and I thank the Lord I have it because since a year ago, I didn't like you. I knew what was gonna come. I knew what it was gonna be. You have always been just motherfucking messy and miserable, and you ain't getting no dick. We can tell. We know this. You just ain't. Um, I always knew you wasn't shitting up to no good. I knew that. But I didn't have a personal problem with you. I just knew you was full of shit and wasn't shit all at the same time. That's all I'm saying. Aaron, he had dropped a particular receipt of you basically going to hang out with some people that are non-black, who say the hard ER when referring to black and brown people, descendant of black people and all that, real racist motherfuckers. And we know you a black woman. You a nigger, just like a majority of us over here in this sector. And my problem with that is maybe I was the only one that caught it, but a year ago, when Jedi was cool with, well, a little over a year now, when Jedi was cool with everybody in this sector, um, back when he was saying that he was half Puerto Rican and half black or whatever, he probably is. I don't fucking know. I don't have a problem with the young man. I don't. I have an issue with you, bitch, because you had a whole world war going on in the comment section and on people's panels, particularly on Kimmy's panel. That's where you had copped the attitude about um Jedi being supposedly Hispanic, non-black. You said that non-African American people should not be allowed to use the N word, and it triggers you. That was just a year and a half ago when Jedi said the N word, and he wasn't saying it in a rude and ignorant manner. Everybody at that time was fucking with Jedi, so it was like, "Yo, what's up, my nigga?" That kind of thing. And well, for me, I didn't take a problem with it because he Puerto Rican, and Puerto Ricans are niggas. They are okay. Get over it. You ain't gotta agree. You ain't gotta like it. Puerto Ricans are niggas. They get treated like us all the time, and the Dominicans too. So when they say, nigga, like what's up, that type of thing, I'm gonna say it right back, like, yo, what's up, my nigga? You feel me? But you didn't like that because he was non-African American. You didn't like that a year and a half ago. You didn't like that. It was in Kimmy's chat, and you hopped on her panel and you went on to you cried real tears, bro. Let's not forget that you went on Kimmy's panel and you cried real tears because people was telling you like Jedi cool, Puerto Ricans are niggas. That's what we call them. That's just what it is. That's what they call us. It usually ain't hateful. I ain't saying Puerto Ricans ain't racist towards us African Americans. I'm just saying I ain't really met one that was. You know what I'm saying? And if I refer to them as my niggas, then shit. But at that point, Jedi had been around a little bit longer than you, so it was like you really flipped the fuck out. You cried real tears. And Kimmy had your back. She was like, she got a point. If she don't want to be called the N word by a non-black person, she's entitled to that, and she's entitled to hold on strongly to her opinion. If you know what I'm saying. However, Jedi, when he said it, he was not talking to you, but you jumped in and you wanted to start some shit with him about saying the word, and you literally cried real tears. Literally, you cried real tears about that man saying the N word. So for me to be in Aaron's chat and just now hear that you got upset with that. Wait, hold on. Let me go back. To be in Aaron's chat and hear that you are cool with literal non-black people, because I mean they the opposite of black, so they definitely white. For you to parlay and sit with them and everybody getting called the hard ER and you over there and you cool with that? Coming from the likes of Jelly and Stormy, the racist slick shit they be saying, you cool with that all of a sudden? But Jedi, at no point in time was he allowed to say the N word, and he didn't even say the hard ER. It was a more, like I said earlier, it was more like a, what's up, my nigga? Now I understand this sector, y'all. I don't know what the fuck happened with everybody in Jedi, because since then I've been shit. I ain't been on this app really since October, what, 2024. So yeah, a lot has. I don't fucking know. I don't know, but my understanding ain't nobody cool with nobody. And yeah, so there that is. But that's just so ironic to me. I don't know if nobody else remembers that, but I remember that you got on Kimmy's panel and you cried real tears for 2 days in the motherfucking row. You then went after that. You went over when Kat had her get it off your chest Mondays. You went over there and you continued the situation hours later. But then when people didn't have your back because you just kept going and started saying real strange shit that just didn't make sense, and it was like, so how in the fuck are you? How do you want us to be mad at Jedi then? This the shit that Trees was talking about. Y'all don't stand for a fuck thing. Y'all don't stand for a fuck thing, man. And if you on this app still trust the motherfuckers, that shit need to die. You need to let that RIP. If you on this app still trust the motherfuckers thinking you about to get a real friendship around this bitch, let that shit RIP. Let that shit lay to rest with it, baby. Baby. I'm so sick of these whores. Sick of these whores. But yeah, that's all I got, y'all.